Yeah. Challah bread, one of the most delicious breads originating out of the Jewish culture. Today I'm going to show you how to make it vegan, how to do a 6-strand braid, and we're going to go over some of the most popular questions asked. Let's go. Hopping right into this recipe, we're starting with our dry ingredients. Flour, sugar, yeast, and salt all go into a medium-sized bowl to get the party started. Use a whisk to stir everything around and get everyone acquainted. In a large bowl, we're gonna add all of our wet ingredients. This is gonna be the bowl that you're gonna bring all of your ingredients together in. So for me, this is gonna be the bowl of my stand mixer. Now, add in your sweet potato, dairy-free butter, and water. Give this a good whisk to make sure there are no longer any lumps. Now, set the bowl up on your stand mixer if you haven't already, and then you're gonna use this mixing attachment to get things started. Using about a cup of the dry ingredients, add that into the wet ingredients and start bringing it together. You're gonna do this about 2 or maybe 3 times more before you switch your attachment. Once your mixture goes from looking like a cake batter more to, I would say, like a loose dough, at this point, you're gonna switch out your attachments and begin using a dough hook. Continue to add flour and mix that until you no longer have any flour left. Once all of your flour is fully incorporated, your dough at this point should begin to pull away from the sides of the bowl. If not, no worries. Add about a tablespoon of flour more until it begins to do so. To ensure that your dough is good, stop the stand mixer and use your hands to feel on the dough. If it still sticks to your hand, you may need a little bit more flour. If not, that's good, but it still may be sticky maybe to the bowl and slightly some surfaces, and that's actually okay. Now, sprinkle some flour onto your work surface and begin to remove the dough from the bowl. As mentioned before, it may not be sticky to your hands, but it may still slightly be sticky to the bowl, and that's okay. Just use a silicone spatula and use that to scrape it out, and that really always helps me. Now with your dough on the counter, no need to knead the dough. All you need to do is fold up the sides of the dough and shape it into a ball. Spray your mixing bowl with a little bit of oil. Now take your dough and add it right back in. Cover the bowl and allow the dough to rise for roughly about 60 to 90 minutes. Once your dough has doubled in size, punch it down and allow it to go completely flat. Recover the bowl and give it roughly about 40 minutes to maybe even another 60 minutes. You're looking for it to puff right back up. At this point, your dough should be ready for the next step. Punch your dough down again to make it completely flat and add a little flour to your work surface. Remove your dough from the bowl and cut it into 6 even pieces. I typically use a food scale to make sure all the pieces are uniform in size. You're gonna need a lot of your work surface in order to make this. So give yourself some room by putting your pieces off to the side and recover them with some cling wrap or a towel. Begin by rolling your piece out into a 16-inch rope. Be sure to taper each ends of that rope. Once you have all 6 pieces ready, lay them out in front of you vertically like you see here. Pinch your first 3 pieces together at the top, then do the same thing with your second 3 pieces. Now bring both sets of pieces together and pinch them together as well as you can. Begin first by taking your right piece and putting it completely across to the left side. We're going to call this piece 1. Piece 2, which is now the second one from your left side, you're going to bring completely across to the right side. From here, the process is simple, and I'll number each piece in order for you to follow. We're going to pull our piece 1 and place it in the middle. Then take our piece 6 and place on the outside. Next, take piece 2 and place it in the middle and place piece 3 on the outside. Now repeat, starting from the right side again. I'll play this part at normal speed. This way, it's easy to follow. Once this is all complete, pinch the ends and tuck both sides underneath the dough. Place this on a baking tray and cover for one last rise. After the rise, uncover it, and at this point you can use a simple syrup or even milk and maple syrup, and you can put that on the outside of the dough in order to get a really nice crust. Give yourself a pat on the back, because at this point everything's complete. Move it into the oven, and now it's just time to wait. And if you made it this far, then you can pull it out the oven and it should look a little something like this. While all of the ingredients in this recipe are really essential to make this taste its best, it is actually possible to make this without oil. We do have a dough called the everything dough on our website, and you could actually use that dough to create the same exact looking thing. And that dough is oil-free and extremely delicious. Potatoes are acting like your egg in this recipe. So you could substitute that with either a different type of potato, like a Yukon or a russet potato, or you can do something like pumpkin. If you did that, that would also still give you that orange, yellowish look that you get from a traditional challah bread. You absolutely do not need a stand mixer. I use a stand mixer just because it's a little easier to get through kneading and adding all your ingredients. You can make this in a bowl while using a wooden spoon or a spatula. Same exact results. This dough has a extremely complex gluten structure, so allowing it to rise twice actually helps that. So have you ever seen dough that when you let it rise once, you typically will have like little air pockets inside the dough? Well, in this one, once it bakes up, you'll see that there's a very fine crumb, and it's a really strong bread. This is why it's good for things like French toast and stuff like that because it will hold its shape when it takes on the custard. The 6th braid is pretty complicated to start, but once you get the hang of it, it's honestly really easy. But we do on the website show you how to do a 3 braid instead. This would be like braiding hair. And if you have daughters like me, this should come naturally to you. All right, family. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button and drop a comment. We love to chat down there. Check this recipe out at our website, which is also linked in the description below. And don't forget to tag us on Instagram when you make this or any of our recipes. As always, believe in good. Peace.